kickstart this edition with some news just coming in. This is the stunning selfie twist to Moosewala murder. Killer selfie minutes before the shootout. Informer tipped killers after taking a selfie. Gangsters recce 10 minutes before murder of Moosewala. This SUV has been seen in the new CCTV footage that India Today has accessed. Images are most crucial piece of evidence. These are CCTV footage that we have accessed that shows the informer taking a selfie with the Mahindra Thar car of Sidhu Moose Wala, and a selfie taken 10 minutes before the murder took place. Shreya is getting us more details on that big story. This, Shreya, is a stunning selfie twist to the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala, the manner in which the informers so confident taking selfies right before his Thar car, the Thar Jeep, and then the tip-off given for the murder.
Well, absolutely, Sneha, the CCTV footage that completely reveals the fact that, he was absolutely, not aware of what is going to happen in the next few minutes. This CCTV footage is just 10 minutes before that shootout that took place, which resulted in the death of Sidhu Moose Wala in the Jawahar Ke village in the Mansa district. This is just before they take the turn towards the Jawahar Ke village that leads to Barnala Road. The CCTV footage is from that very spot, where it can be seen that he's very casually taking selfies with his fans, obviously unaware of the fact that he's being intercepted by shooters who would be killing him in the next few minutes. It's a sensational CCTV footage, that has been accessed and clearly reveals the fact that he was not with any security. He was not in his, bulletproof SUV, which he usually takes, which also risked the security threat that he already had, and he was completely unaware of what was coming before him in the next 10 minutes.
Shreya, just take us through the details, if you can, of what the police sources are indicating about the identity of a group of people seen right outside the, right next to that car with which they took a couple of selfies.
Well, these were obviously his fans, and this is not the first time that, such visuals of Sidhu Moose Wala has come. We were there in Mansa, we were there in Moosewala's village, and everyone said that every second day his fans used to come forward, come outside his residence to take selfies. Some of them could meet him, some of them obviously couldn't. And, these were obviously those lucky fans who probably got to see Sidhu Moose Wala up close, take a selfie with him for one last time before he was gunned down in that alleged gang war in the Jawahar Ke village of Mansa. He was just out from his residence. This incident, the murder took place just 4 kilometers from his residence, and this CCTV is very close from the murder spot at Jawahar Ke village, which has been accessed, and it establishes the point A, that he was not with any security, B, that he was completely unaware of what was coming before him, and 3, he also didn't take his security threat seriously. That was also something that can be clearly seen, because a group of people could come up close with him when he doesn't have so much security. Points out the fact that, he was completely unaware of what could have happened.
Shreya, right in the very beginning, and now we have the CCTV footage with us that shows that Sidhu Moose Wala was obviously ignoring his own safety and security, even in the light of several threats being issued, something that he had spoken about to Singer and his friend Mika as well. Why did he not take security? There's a huge question mark before the police. They haven't found the answers to this, isn't it?
Well, obviously, they haven't found an answer to this, but, one thing that can be corroborated from the videos that have been released by Sidhu Moose Wala himself prior to this incident taking place, probably, at a matter of a month away from this incident took place, where he was very, casual about the threats that he was receiving. He probably was overconfident. That is a matter that the police will also have to investigate, that why he didn't take those 2 security which was there with him. Yes, his security was downgraded from 4 commandos commandos to 2, but even those 2 commandos he did not take, and we also did know from our sources that the 2 of his friends who were traveling with him, when they decided to move in that Thar to Barnala, where his aunt stays, his friends advised him to take the bulletproof car and not move in the Thar, but they decided to go in the Thar. And why were the 2 men, the 2 security not accompanying? Because Thar as a vehicle couldn't accommodate 5 people, is why Moosewala chose not to take his security men. Obviously that weakened the security that should have been there with him, and that also helped and assisted those shooters, those murderers who actually gunned Sidhu Moosewala down. And this CCTV footage, Sneha, it is a visual evidence of the fact that he was completely unaware of what was coming, and he was obviously not serious about the threats that he was receiving, because even his father, in that complaint that has been turned into an FIR and right now is being investigated, he very categorically said that Moosewala used to get threat calls, extortion calls, ransom calls from gangsters, including Lawrence Bishnoi. So the fact that even after receiving such threat calls, he was not serious about it is something that is extremely sad, because at the end of the day, that costed his life.
The informer who tipped off the killers of Sidhu Moosewala have been caught on camera in these pictures that we have accessed exclusively. This shows the Thar car and also all of these people, in fact, surrounding Sidhu Moosewala. There is a threat perception. There is a fear that there was, in fact, a fear that his safety could be threatened. In spite of this, he allows all of these people, Shreya, to take selfies. And you're telling us that the informer took a selfie and then gave a tip-off to the killers of Moosewala. Be with us. We'll just come back to you. In fact, we are staying with these developments as far as the investigations of Sidhu Moosewala's killing is concerned. India today has unmasked the killers of Punjabi singer Moosewala. We are the only channel with exclusive images of 8 of these shooters. These images on your screens are of the killers who killed Moosewala. He was pumped with at least 24 bullets. 7 shooters are still at large. 1 was arrested last week by the Punjab police in Uttarakhand. He goes by the name of Manpreet. A week after his murder, 1 more suspect has been nabbed from Moosewala village in Fatehbad. The arrested man, identified as Devendra alias Kala, allegedly provided shelter to 2 other suspects, Charanjit and Keshav. Earlier, 2 accused from Lawrence Bishnoi gang were also arrested from Haryana's Fatehbad.
But the point is that this whole tragedy could have been avoided if the government was serious on law and order and was, not more concerned with garnering cheap publicity. The plot to assassinate Sidhu Moose Wala had been hatched, I think, 6-8 months back. It is coming every day in the news. Today also, prominent national daily has carried it. The shooters who were assigned to kill him then were nabbed by the police. They very categorically told them that we are assigned to kill Sidhu Moosewala, but because of certain logistical problems, we went there, we could not carry out our plan. And now the handlers have promised us that they are going to remove those logistic problems and we are going to go again. So, in spite of such specific intelligence input shared by the Delhi police with the Punjab police, even then his security was proved.
देखिए, पंजाब पुलिस की कॉम्पिटेंस पे तो कोई सवाल नहीं है, क्योंकि उन्होंने टेररिज्म का भी बहुत सामना किया है। सवाल यहाँ पंजाब की सरकार की पॉलिटिकल विल पर है और उसकी नीयत पर है, क्योंकि ये जो सरकार आम आदमी पार्टी की पंजाब में चल रही है, ये कठपुतली सरकार है और केजरीवाल साहब और राघव चड्ढा से निर्देश लेती है। तो पॉलिटिकल विल और पॉलिटिकल नीयत पर हमको शक है, पंजाब पुलिस की कॉम्पिटेंस पर कोई शक नहीं है। इसीलिए परिवार को भी विश्वास नहीं है और पंजाब के लोगों को भी विश्वास नहीं है कि पंजाब की सरकार और ये पुलिस इस मामले में न्याय दे सकती है, क्योंकि सवाल यहाँ शूटर्स को पकड़ने का नहीं है। सवाल ये है कि ये पूरी कॉन्स्पिरेसी किसने रची है। इसमें बहुत सारे इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे भी लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं और ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है। इतने सोफिस्टिकेटेड वेपन्स कहाँ से आए हैं, ये भी एक बड़ा इशू है। ये वेपन्स पंजाब में और किस किस के पास हैं, ऐसे कितने वेपन्स पंजाब में हैं। तो ये सारे सवाल जो हैं, मुझे लगता है एनआईए ही इसकी ठीक प्रकार से जांच कर सकती है।
Shreya continues to be with us on that story. Shreya, we've been the first to put out these pictures, exclusive pictures of all of the 8 accused, the sharpshooters in this case, some of whom are believed to have fled to Nepal as well. What more can you tell us about all of these people and their whereabouts, essentially, in the sense the fear is that 2 have escaped to Nepal at least?
Well, absolutely, Sneha. You know, the 8 suspects that the photographs that have been accessed by India today, first of all, they are all linked to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Now, one of them have been nabbed by the Punjab police. However, the 7 of them are still absconding. The sources have also confirmed to us that, you know, 2 of them at least might have escaped to Nepal, and that's something that the police is also trying to get information about. They're also on the radar, but you know, that points out on the fact that the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala happened last Sunday. Quite a lot of time has probably gone after that. But even now, 7 of them directly linked to the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala, who have gunned Sidhu Moose Wala. They are still absconding. That gives them ample amount of time to destroy evidence, to flee from the country. And that is exactly why the investigation is also becoming extremely tedious. Now, the other point of thing is that out of these 7 absconding, the people, they belong from Rajasthan, they belong from Maharashtra, they belong from Haryana, and they belong from Punjab. So multi-state police is right now assisting in the investigation of Sidhu Moose Wala. The Delhi police also is very closely paying track to this, because at the end of the day, the master of the gang, Lawrence Bishnoi, they are in the police custody of Delhi police in a separate case, and that is the reason Delhi police also we do know, interrogating Lawrence Bishnoi in this particular matter as well. Now, information is there, the details of these people are there who had gunned Sidhu Moose Wala down, but till now, Sneha, lot of time has gone by, and still 7 of them who actually gunned Sidhu Moose Wala down are still absconding.
Shreya, be with us. We're getting our viewers these exclusive images, pictures of all the 8 assassins. We're telling you who these people are. We have all of their pictures. These are exclusive details that we're sharing right now. The accused in this case, Jagrup Singh Rupa. Also, Har Kamal, another shooter. Priya Vrat shooter. Manjeet, the one who's been arrested from Uttarakhand. Saurav is another shooter, the assassin behind the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala. Santosh Jadhav goes by, in fact, is another shooter. All of these people have not been arrested, remember. Subhash is the name, in fact, of yet another shooter in this entire matter. We have details of 8 of them. 1 has been arrested. The other 7, like Shreya has been telling us, all of them have been absconding, in fact. Shreya, we have their names, we have their pictures, but what about their criminal history? If you could share with us a little more details about who all of these people are. You did say at least 2 of them belong to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang.
Well, Sneha, you know, all of them have direct links with the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. They are, directly or indirectly linked to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. You know, these gangs, they generally operate with the help of other gangs who have allegiance to them. And directly or indirectly, police sources have confirmed to India today that all of them are linked to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Now, you know, if I could take the names of all those who've been arrested, as you were pointing out, Manpreet is the one who was nabbed from Uttarakhand. He's the only one who's been arrested. The other 7, which includes Jagrup, who's from Punjab, Har Kamal from Bhatinda, he's also from Punjab, Priyavrat, he's from Haryana. There's another person, Manjeet, who's from Haryana, and there are other 2 people, Saurav and Santosh, they are from Pune, and we have Subhash, who's from Rajasthan. That pans out the entire investigation now to different parts of the country. It's no more just limited to Punjab, because shooters were hired for this murder from places like Rajasthan, from places like Maharashtra, Haryana and Punjab. So this was a well orchestrated plan, and this was done by one call that was made from Canada, Goldie Brar, who's operating the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, because Lawrence Bishnoi is right now in the custody of Delhi police. He was earlier in Tihar jail. It was Goldie Brar, who's a member of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. He is the one who orchestrated the murder. He gave a call for this murder, and all these sharpshooters, under his call, they actually gunned Sidhu Moose Wala down. 7 of them, Sneha, they are still absconding. Only one, Manpreet, who was picked up from Uttarakhand, has been nabbed, and 7 of them who would directly link, who have been identified in the criminal history. All of them have previous charges under the Arms Act. They have previous charges under attempt to murder. They have previous charges under murder as well. All these people, because they are history sheeters. It's not that it's the first time that they have committed a crime. They're history sheeters. Some of them would escape.
Yes, Shreya, we have in fact some news just coming in. We'll talk to you about that in a bit. Going straight to this story we are breaking at this hour. Full shoot Salman plot has been revealed. India Today has Salman threat details. The plot has been revealed right here. We'll get more details in a few moments from now. But these are exclusive details that we have accessed of the full shoot Salman plot that has been revealed right here. Details known as Lawrence Bishnoi and gang plan to target Salman during the shooting of the film ready. But the gangsters didn't follow through with the plan because they did not have proper weapons. Gangster Naresh Shetty, who is the guru of Bishnoi's crime partner, Kala Jathedi, was given the task of targeting Salman. Naresh Shetty and Sampath Nehra stayed in the Vashi area of Mumbai for a few days. Gangsters did a recce of Salman's house. The plan was to target Salman when he would leave his house on his bicycle. Dave has more details on that big story that we're getting at this hour. Dave, all of the details revealed right here on India Today. During the shoot of his movie, they were planning to target Salman Khan. What more can you tell us about this conspiracy?
This is a very interesting angle, and it has a a sort of link to the Sidhu Moose Wala murder case. Also, the names that you took right now, Kala Jathedi, who himself is a dreaded gangster. These names have also come up in the Sidhu Moose Wala murder case. Of course, we know about the very horrific shootout. Of course, the bigger names like GB and LB, which is Goldie Brar, and LB, which denotes Lawrence Bishnoi, who is currently in custody of the Delhi police. He was brought out from Tihar jail, and once his name cropped up relating to the threat letter in also a previous threat of 2018, where he said that we have not killed Salman Khan yet, but we will kill him here in Jodhpur only. And especially this was in connection to the Black Buck case. That connection is also very interesting, Sneha. Why Lawrence Bishnoi? Because members of the Bishnoi community believe that the Black Buck is really sacred, and in a religious sense they were angry against the fact that Salman Khan had hunted and poached the animal. So like right now, currently we are at Galaxy Apartments outside Salman's house in the Bandra area, Bandstand area. Also, he came back a few minutes ago. He had stepped out, but now he is back again. Of course, his security cover is only going to be upgraded from now on. And this was a conscious decision that was taken by the Maharashtra Home Department after seriously considering the threat perception against the actor and his 86-year-old father. Salim Khan is also no small name. He is a veteran producer and a lyricist who has worked on films and created masterpieces like Sholay. But he was in fact the one who alerted the police through his bodyguards and told them that we must approach Bandra police station and get an FIR filed in the first place, because a threat, these are no small people. Salman Khan is one of the biggest names in the industry. So also why Sampath Nehra and Kala Jathedi as names have come up is because these people have stayed in the Vashi area of Navi Mumbai or New Bombay at some point in time. These are names who were supposed to execute, and everyone was taking part in different ways in the apparently failed plan to assassinate Salman Khan. Also, one more interesting thing we need to know here is that, like you mentioned earlier, that he was supposed to be eliminated on the sets of his movie ready for which he was shooting at that point in time. But also one very interesting thing is that the fact that the right kind of firearms or weapons that they were looking to kill Salman Khan with were not available, which is why the plan had, for the time being, that back then in time, had sort of gotten derailed or failed, if I may say so. So these are
Yes, Dave, we'll just come back to you for more details on that. Who is Naresh Shetty? We'll tell our viewers about that, as well as the gangster who was believed to be the guru of Lawrence Bishnoi. We're talking about the mega India Today impact. As far as Bollywood superstar Salman Khan's death threat is concerned, we're breaking down all the details here. Heavy security right now has been deployed at Khan's residence, Galaxy Apartments in Mumbai's Bandra. Images capture Salman Khan with the Mumbai police. In fact, we are the only channel to access the gang death threat letter to Salman Khan. This again is a big India Today exclusive. This letter says, "Aapka Moosewala hoga." Salman Khan's father, Salim Khan, found the threat letter during the everyday walk, his walk at Bandra Bandstand Promenade. The letter threatens Salman Khan and father Salim Khan, saying that they're going to be facing the same fate as Sidhu Moose Wala. The Punjabi singer, remember, was shot to death a week ago, allegedly by dreaded gangster Lawrence Bishnoi and his aides. An FIR has been filed. Alarm bells are ringing in this matter. Salman Khan's security has also been beefed up. Salman Khan, remember, received a death threat in the year 2018 as well, when Lawrence Bishnoi was caught on camera threatening to kill Salman Khan. He said so that he's going to do it in Jodhpur. Dave continues to be with us. As far as this entire recce is concerned, Dave, once again for our viewers, take us through the details of what was being the conspiracy essentially that was being hatched to ensure the murder of Salman Khan. That is something that we can confirm to our viewers, that this was a planned conspiracy and that they were planning to bump off Salman Khan during the time of his shoot of his film Ready, essentially.
Sneha, this all began with Salman Khan's father being involved, who had stepped out for his morning jog and his morning walk at the Bandra Promenade, at Bandra Bandstand area. There is a particular bench where he sits on almost every day when he is out for a walk. He is generally accompanied by two of his bodyguards, and the bench that he sits on was apparently being recce'd, and also the fact that when he sat there, he found the letter there. So which sent alarm bells ringing in Salim Khan's mind about the fact that, let us just bring about some live visuals coming in from there. These are some police officials, believed to be crime branch officials from Unit 9, who had just walked into Galaxy Apartments to try and get stock of the situation and further probe and gather some basic details and try and understand. Two officials, like I already pointed out, they have just walked in again. They were present earlier during the day as well. And now a jeep has just come in and two senior level officials have walked in. Also, like I was saying earlier, that Sneha, when he had gone for the walk, he found the letter in which it bore the abbreviation GBLB, signed by them. Basically, GB is Goldie Brar, LB is Lawrence Bishnoi, and the letter clearly, it's just one line in the chit. It says that you will meet the same fate as Sidhu Moose Wala. Let us just try and understand that. Also, another police jeep has just come in outside Salman Khan's residence. This is somebody of a DCP rank. Earlier, DCP of Zone 5, Manjunath Singhe, had visited the place, and Mumbai Police's Joint Commissioner, Law and Order, Vishwas Nagri Patil, was also here a few minutes ago. Police officials just back and forth coming in to try and understand and gather as much details as possible to try and ensure that they manage to crack the case and who was responsible for this, arrest the right kind of accused. Also, like we mentioned earlier, and we've been speaking about it for a while, that this has connection to the Sidhu Moose Wala murder case also. I think the officials are on their way out again. I think they're set to visit later, because we believe the Salman Khan was not available, and let us just try and understand from them that sir आप क्यों आए थे?
Wait, please.
सर आपकी बात हुई किसी से? I think that is the DCP protection in charge who is just leaving. This is his car. He's not speaking to the media at the moment and is just leaving. I think he's entering inside and he's personally going to be looking into this case to try and ensure in terms of how to upgrade the security cover, how many more people to deploy. So these are the kind of details that we have for now. As you can see, they're also bringing you some live visuals, of the senior officers who have walked in. These are the crime branch officials and someone of the DCP rank also. That's the white car he has come in. Also to try and speak to Salman Khan, go to his house and speak to Mr. Salim Khan as well to try and understand and how the events sort of unfolded. Earlier the case was recorded in Bandra police station, but the crime branch will soon be taking over or not. It's not something that we know, but there will be a parallel probe by both the local level police station and the crime branch officials. So, these are the kind of details we can tell for now. Also, like I said, it brings, a sort of connection to Delhi and Punjab as well. These two cases are also in connection because the alleged accused and the suspected people that we spoke about, like Kala Jathedi, Naresh Shetty, or even your Sampath Nehra, these people were in Vashi at some point in time, which is in the Navi Mumbai.
And that's the reason why this is being seen as a recce to kill Salman Khan, is what we are picking up from our sources. Be with us. India Today has also accessed a video that shows brazen display of threat to actor Salman Khan from the year 2018. Gangster Lawrence Bishnoi was caught on camera issuing a threat to Salman Khan in Jodhpur. Salman Khan has also been caught retorting to the gangster's threat, claiming that a commitment should be made positively and that no one hunts like tiger.
जब हम करेंगे तो पता लग ही जाएगा. सलमान खान का करेंगे, मारेंगे ही जाएंगे. जोधपुर में मारेंगे तो पता लग जाएगा इनको. अभी तो मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं, अभी नहीं मतलब कोई इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं.
जब भी कोई कमिटमेंट करो तो पॉजिटिव करना, नेगेटिव नहीं करना. और शिकार टाइगर जैसे शिकार कोई नहीं करता है ना, ये सबको पता है.
Videos, two of them, one of Lawrence Bishnoi issuing a threat to Salman Khan in the year 2018, the second one in which Salman Khan seems to be taking it fairly lightly, isn't it, Dave? But this time around with the threat letter being issued and details of the recce that was done by the hitman of Lawrence Bishnoi, it's evident that this is no joke really, and the threat is very, very real, isn't it? Dave, in fact, this time around, the threat appears to be very, very real. We have details of the recce that was done, the hitman that was hired, and the manner in which they were, in fact, staying in Vashi, waiting for Salman Khan to use his bicycle during the time of the shoot of his film Ready, when he would leave his house. All the details of what they were planning is with us.
Well, Sneha, one more thing I think is very interesting to know at this point in time is that Salim Khan had claimed this right from the start, saying that if a person knows where I come and sit every day, what's my route, who I live with, where is my building located, who are my family members, all of these things. If that person knows something so accurately as where he sits, which bench particularly he rests on after his morning walk, then anything is possible. And it rang alarm bells sort of in his mind, saying that obviously I am being, someone is tailing me, someone is wrecking the place, and I am being, followed to no extent. That is why someone can accurately know something like that, and just that sheer timing. So police are also obviously investigating the CCTV footage in those areas right from the day he started out outside his Galaxy Apartments building until the route down the road, which is a promenade, the bandstand area, which is where he sits, which is just a few meters down this road. And that day, like I mentioned earlier as well, he was with two of his bodyguards who approached the Bandra police station and complained against a threat letter like this, which has already been shared on our channel. So, of course, you know, a lot of details emerging, like we know the Punjab connection or the Delhi connection also for that matter. So, this is very closely linked, and, you know, I'm guessing that the Delhi police and, you know, the Mumbai police will also
Yes,
have
Dave.
to work in tandem and obviously get on, you know, work in tandem to try and understand in terms of the connection. Because
Dave,
the
thanks for
letter
getting us
also
all of those
bears-
details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on that story. Dave Kotak getting us live on that, all those details, in fact, joining us live from Mumbai City.